Hi, it's Renee from Custom Scraps by Renee, and I'm here tonight to put together a two-page layout. It's called Water Wars and More, and it's an SVG file from Scrapbook Designs, and we'll go ahead and get started. I've already inked and chalked the bears, and they're laying in the water, and the paper that I'm using is from an old collection called the Sasha collection, and it's from Prima collection. It's a really pretty file, really pretty flowers. And I'm gonna try to do this layout without my dog or my cat getting wild and cry or whine, which I doubt that will happen, but we will try. There's my cat crying. And I promised during this video that I was going to try to talk more than my other videos, so I'll try to keep everyone entertained. Start out by I have a cat and a dog. My dog, he's about well, right now he's about 100 pounds, and he's a Doberman that we rescued from the rescue here, and he's a special needs dog. He's really a sweet Doberman. Doesn't have a mean bone in his body, but he his eyes don't produce tears, and so I think his left eye produces about 8% tears, and his right eye produces about 12% tears. So we have to supplement his eyes all day long with eye drops, and he's always walking around with really really gunky eyes. That just kind of went right down to the bottom. I should check that first. But other than that, he's really a great Doberman. He's really sweet, and like I said, he doesn't have a mean bone in his body. He's about, we got him when he was about 4, and we've had him for 2 years, so he's about 6. And they just found him loose running in North Omaha. Which I can't believe you would find a full breed Doberman running wild by themselves, but I guess that's our game. He's kind of whiny and needy at sometimes. He never knows if he wants in or out, and can never make up his mind. But his name is Atlas. And then Mowgli is our cat. He's just a black, long-haired domestic cat. And he's a great cat. Aside from trying to get into all my scrapbook stuff when I'm busy scrapbooking, he He's a really good cat. Doesn't like our granddaughter super well. He's a little more tolerant of her, but he doesn't like little kids very much. He'll tolerate them, but they're not probably his favorite. I don't know why he doesn't like kids, but he just would rather not be around them. And he was adopted by my daughter, gave him to us, and we've had him probably 3 years now. So I think she tried to take him back when she finally moved into a house, but all he did that whole weekend was cry. And so she couldn't take it, and so he's back with us permanently. Which is okay. Those are my animals. And there's the first page. Little bear on the hose with the hose, and this little bear with water balloons. And like I said, I already inked and chalked and did the eyes. Yeah, I thought they turned out really cute. So that's the first page. And I'm gonna pull the second page over. And I got a little guy running through the sprinkler and another little guy with a squirt gun. So I'll pull these guys off. And I'm a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for over 25 years, but I'm on disability now for, I have diabetes, and not that I couldn't go to work with the diabetes, but I also have that's why, there we go. Actually, I should be careful when I talk and try to I also have really bad major depression. I take about 4 different kinds of antidepressants and a lot of anxiety to go along with it, and so I take anxiety medication and, like it said, antidepressants every day. And as a result of that, I have tardive dyskinesia, and sometimes it's really bad, and other days it's not so bad. I get a little shaky sometimes, and sometimes that's my blood sugar. Sometimes it's the tardive dyskinesia. Once we figured out what medication was causing it to be really bad, which was Celebrex, and after I got off Celebrex, that seemed to calm it down to the point that I didn't have to take any medication for it any longer. How am I gonna glue this? So if sometimes my hands look really shaky, they really are. I try not to let it bother me, but sometimes I can tell when they're really shaky. And because of the shakiness, I have some balance issues that kind of end my career as being a bedside nurse, and I was in the ICU for 10 years as an ICU nurse and worked in interventional radiology for 10 years. And some days I really miss nursing, but I haven't worked, like I said, I've been on disability, so I have not had to work at all during this pandemic, so I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that, because I think that it would be very hard to be a nurse and have to care for such sick people that have possibly such poor outcomes. I mean, in the ICU, you know, that's where your really sick people are. And the outcome was, you know, was difficult. You know, you hope that they did good, because we took care of a lot of neuro patients and open hearts, and we were a trauma center and where I worked, and so, but I think, so we dealt with death a lot, but I think it's a whole different kind of death that you would have to deal with. Taking care of COVID-19 patients, that would be a totally different kind of, because they're such healthy people and they just go down the drain so quickly, and there's nothing you can do about it, and that would be really hard. That would be really hard to take care of people like that every day and not be affected emotionally by it. I usually put the flowers on last, but I'm putting the flowers on first. So, scrapbooking and paper piecing really does do good therapy for my depression, and I have a really nice craft room thanks to my husband, and I can spend a lot of time down here, and I'm lucky there. Though sometimes I still wish I was working. Like I said, some days it's really sad. I feel really sad that I'm not a nurse, a working nurse. I'll always always be a nurse. The end of the hose under the picture. And let's see, married to a really great guy, and we've been married for 30 years. He was really young when I met him, and I was a single mom with 3 little kids, and he was in the Air Force, and we just started dating and have been together ever since. So we've been together for like 32 years. And he's a wonderful man. Took good care of my kids. And he's the best grandfather, even though he's not their biological grandfather. He's the best grandfather to my grandkids. 3 of them. And they're 16, 11, and 3. And they're my youngest, which is my daughter. She's 35, and they're her children. And she lives here in Bellevue, where we live, so we get to see them often. Especially the 3-year-old, we babysit her a couple of days a week. This little guy. Let's see, we live in Bellevue, Nebraska, which is just right outside of Omaha. Moved here because of my daughter. I grew up in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So that's my hometown. And I guess if I called any place home, that's where I would call home. My dad and my brother still live in Cheyenne. My mom had passed away in February, and still trying sometimes to deal with that, even though her and I were never really had a very good relationship. It's a lot harder than I thought to lose one of your parents. Okay. And there's the second page glued together, and we'll put them side by side. Hopefully I didn't do anything wrong talking in. And there it is, called, I just don't like the way these came out, but called Water Wars and More, SVG file from Scrapping Bug Designs. And I hope you like what you see. I wanted to thank my new subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel, and I really hope that you enjoy all of the videos and the paper piecing files or information that I can give you. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll be glad to answer any questions about anything about paper piecing, or just anything about scrapbooking. If you have a question about supplies that I use, I'd be glad to help you answer any of those questions. I want to thank my subscribers and my regular subscribers for being there with me, and I hope that you like this file, and I hope you like what you see, and I will be back in a couple days with another video. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.